Yes, we back up in this Boxingego. Y'all know the rest. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Oh. I'm just chilling, so I felt like jumping back on here. Probably not gonna go as long as I normally do on the streams, but we could chat. We got a lot going on in boxing. Wait for a couple people to join. Let's go through the roll call real quick. Where we at? Where y'all from? The beginning and end of my streams, I like to see where y'all are from. Where y'all at? Y'all know I'm in the Bay Area, West Coast. Where y'all at? Boxingego roll call. Let me know. Houston, in the building. Detroit, Bronx, Houston, Dallas. Texas is well represented. Illinois, DeSoto, Texas, home of Errol, Spence. Puerto Rico, North Carolina, Canada, ATL. FLA, Greensboro, North Carolina, San Antonio, Cali, East St. Louis, Virginia, Chicago, Queens, New York, Fort Worth, Arlington, Baltimore, Juris, Queens, Savannah, Georgia, Mexico, Oklahoma, Cleveland, Orange County, Houston, Texas, London, Brixton, Houston, Phoenix. Nah, YouTube ain't sent me my plaque yet. They playing with the kid, but we gonna get it. I ain't even worried about it. YouTube know what it is. Bronx, Triple D, Dallas, man, Compton, CPT, Hub City. Let's get into it, man. Cause I don't know how long I'm gonna go, but I just wanted to talk about this subject. In my opinion, Errol, the True Spence Jr. got the game shook. Everybody, their energy seems different when his name comes about. And that's what I see. I honestly see that. That's what I see, man. The website, man, we working hard for y'all. We got new articles. Keeping it current, you know what I'm saying? Errol Spence, next fight. I just pinned up one. You know how to do it for the fans. We working, baby. Look at this kid from DeSoto, Texas, got the fucking game shook. Look at that face. The motherfucker got a dimple and still got the game shook. Crazy. Make sure y'all hit the shares. Get the shares up, man. We taking over. Global. This is a hostile takeover. Ego Army. Share the videos. Support the website. We putting in that work. That was his step up right there. Let's get it. This is what he had to say about Lamar Peterson. Boxingego of the future. Let's get it. His trainer. Let's get it. This is an interview I did with him. So, the kid got the game shook, man. As far as I'm concerned, I call it like I see. And that's the bottom line, because the ego said so. When Keith Thurman, look at, I didn't make this, but I posted it. When Keith Thurman was talking, someone said, when that one annoying guy at work keeps talking. Look at Spence's face. Look at the zoom in. Look, he's just like, man, read my caption. I said, yo, who the fuck made this? Like Scarface said, the eyes, Chico, they never lie. That boy Errol looked like he was just going through the motions, trying to be civil because he had to on Showtime. But he was really thinking, fuck all that, Keith, you trying to fight me or not? Hashtag man down. Laughing my ass off. I'm out, dog. Spence Peterson. Look, everybody's laughing at the oh shit, hold on. Look, we almost got 1,000 likes. It's only been up a couple hours. Let's get it, man. Man. Listen, I'm an Aries. I'm headstrong. If you feel different, we got the hot seat. We got the hot seat. This is the internet. We got multiple ways that we could discuss this topic. But the type of person I am is you got to come with some correct, actual facts to show me your side of the argument to make me feel different. If you don't think Errol Spence is the most avoided current welterweight, then who is? Jeff Horn? You know what I'm saying? Who is the most avoided? If you think Keith Thurman wants to fight Errol Spence, my question to you is, what? What did he say? What did he say that made you feel like confident that we could get this fight in 2018? Even though I know he said something like, oh, maybe late 2018 when the fight can present itself. It just didn't sound good to me. And if you, like I said, it's a free country. My opinion is not necessarily the right one, but if you have an opinion, let me know your side, because I don't see what y'all are talking about. The people who, it's like they're disagreeing for the sake of disagreement. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Keith Thurman, his whole energy kind of shifted. Hold on.
I believe later in 2018 it will be more legitimate of a match that we can make. You know, the truth is, what he wants, he has to come see me. You know, and everybody knows that. You know, and I remember when I saw that boy backstage years ago, and I told him eye to eye, I look forward to seeing you in the ring one day, because I knew he was the Olympian. I knew he was that young gun coming up. And, you know, I don't have the same passion as he does. He's very hungry. He just acquired the first world title. I've already acquired my second world title. Like Deontay said, I'm at peace. I have a peace. I have a serenity of my position.
Wilder's like, I didn't say that shit. Bomb squad.
Belly to put in that extra belt and to make my real dreams come true when I was a little boy, which is to be that undisputed welterweight champion. So me and him, we share that same dream, and we have to go through each other to make it happen. I believe later in...
See, me personally, I don't like how that sounded. Like, that didn't give me confidence. That didn't give confidence. Like, I'm from the Bay, man. You already know what it is. I'm from the Bay, and we call that like tap dancing or sidestepping. You know what I'm saying? That's what we would say. Like, that's some Gregory Hines, Savion Glover shit. Like, oh yeah, maybe it'll be legitimate in 2018, but I met him backstage, and I was like, I look forward to seeing you. And when I was a little boy, I changed my own diaper. Like, what does any of that have to do with? You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, that's like tap dancing around the subject. You know what I mean? Errol's right there. You guys are both on national TV with Brian Custer in the fucking middle, so it's not like some, like, you know what I mean, melee is gonna go on, right? And you have the opportunity. It reminds me of when the fighters win the fight. I hate that politically correct shit. They win a fight impressively or something. Who do you want to fight next? You're in a stacked division. Who do you want to fight next? And then post-fight, it's up to my promoter. I don't want to hear. Fuck the promoter. The promoter like 90 years old or some shit. You're the fighter. And even if your promoter or manager or handlers won't give you the fight, you can still put your bid in for what you want. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not dumb. I'm not disrespecting the process. Keith Thurman could put his bid out there that he wants to fight Errol Spence Jr. Now, based on his management, his trainer, Al Heyman, and all that, can they put it together? That remains to be seen. But you could publicly let it be known what you are trying to do. And like I said, where I'm from, it's called like sidestepping, tap dancing. Like, I didn't feel like Thurman telling like anecdotes and analogies about when he was a little boy and fulfilling a dream. Like, that's cool, but it reminds me when I put people in the hot seat on my show, on the live streams. When I put them in the hot seat, ask them a direct question And then they start saying a bunch of, oh, I like your channel, but I disagree. No, all you have to do is answer the question. Like what I say, hey, do you want to battle and duel in the hot seat? Yes or no? And they'll be like, oh, you're always doing this. You hate Canelo. Like, no, all you have to do is easier to just say, yes, put me in the hot seat than to put all this extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel Keith Thurman kind of did. It would be easier to be like, I don't know what Al Heyman got going on, what he's planning, with the, you know what I mean, the commissions of WBC, but I want to fight this dude. This dude right here, I respect him. I met him backstage. I said, we'll probably lock horns in the future, but I want to fight this cat. Shout out to Ed Valencia. I tell y'all, them yellow and them orange super chats. He just donated $10 to the movement. He said, you work and handle it. Come on, people, support, keep it up, ego. Man, I'm trying to work, and like, I try to call this game as fair as possible, and I call a spade a spade. And to me, like I said, put it this way. See, like I said, I'm from the Bay, man. We keep it cool, but we keep it transparent. You know what I mean? It's not a bunch of smoke signals and different stuff. And like the other thing is this, and this is why I think Keith Thurman is acting a bit different, is, let's say, remember, I'm gonna ask you a question. Anybody remember when Keith Thurman pulled up on Paulie Malignaggi after Paulie, when he was a champion? Anybody remember that? Yes or no? Do you remember when Keith Thurman pulled up on Paulie Malignaggi at his press conference after his win? What was he saying? So we got some yeses in the crowd. What was Keith Thurman talking about? You better not duck me, son. I want to fight. I want to fight. And he rolled up on Paulie. You better not duck me, son. And he was like, I'm trying to scrap. You the champion. I'm about to be your mandatory. Won't, won't, won't. Let's get it. Right? He said, I'll put you to sleep. I don't remember exactly, but that sounds familiar. You better not duck me, son. All that, right? So you press Paulie for that word. And Paulie, you know what I mean? We know he's not the biggest puncher, but he was a champion. So respect. Keith Thurman was, like, this was before Sean Porter and Danny Garcia fights. So he was young and he was hungry. He wanted that work. He's like, okay, this is a guy who has a belt. I'm at you. I'm at your throat. Like bow ties. You know what I mean? Anybody remember after his weigh-in, I believe it was for Leonard Bundu, where he called out Floyd Mayweather and he says, this year we doing it different. We burning money. Yes or no? Anybody remember that? Because I remember it. But does anybody remember that? Y'all remember that? So y'all motherfuckers got me on my, you got me on my shit. Y'all got me on my Roy Jones. Y'all must have forgot. Who remember this? And I have fast internet, so.
Floyd is supposed to be TBE, and I want to fight the best. I want to fight the man. You know, it ain't like Floyd's gonna knock me out. When has Floyd knocked anybody out in the past several years? Huh? So if anybody should be scared, it should be him. If anything I'm gonna get a great learning experience in my career. And to be honest, I'm looking forward to destroying Mr. Floyd Money Mayweather. I have a motto. This is my personal motto. It's called burn money.
Okay.
Burn money.
Okay.
2015, we get ready to burn money.
Burn it then.
Wow. Obviously that's the ultimate.
So, once again, let me get this straight. Floyd Mayweather, you was raw. Keep in mind, Floyd, at that time, let's say he was 37, 38. I don't know, exact year. Probably 37, 38. Champion, respected, TBE. Okay. So it was burn money. I looked in his eye, and the motherfucker, look at his face. He like, man, what's good? What's popping? He was on his Dipset. Hey, yo, what's popping, B? No homo. Suck a dick. You know what I'm saying? He was He looked like, that's the Keith Thurman I remember. Burn money. He said Floyd should be scared. But that's what I'm saying when I'm talking about energy changing. Thurman, when he was talking to Errol Spence, who was right there. See, when he was doing that to Floyd, Floyd wasn't in the crowd. It had nothing to do with Floyd card. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is directly in front of you, like 10 feet away, and it just didn't seem like the same energy level. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, maybe we'll fight. And it's not even just this one interview on Showtime in between the fights yesterday. He did other interviews on YouTube and shit, and he was just like, oh yeah, I'm in a position of power, we'll see what happens, and I don't know when we'll fight. But what happened to all the burn money, burn truth? You know what I'm saying? Be like, I'm the real lie detector test, I'm a polygraph, I'm gonna show you who's the truth. I mean, you can come up with all the puns and quips and stuff with Errol Spence. He think he man down, okay, you know what I mean? But it's not that same motivation. And see, to me, then it starts teetering on something different. Now I'm like, were you trying to fight Floyd because, one, you don't think he would be able to stop you, and you would get a successful payday, win, lose, or draw? And now that Spence has come around, who has the power to stop guys, he's closer to your age than Floyd was, you know what I'm saying? But he doesn't deliver the same purse that a Floyd Mayweather fight would do. Now you're like reluctant, like, oh, he wants something I have. I'm in a position of power. You know what I'm saying? Those types of things. So I just prefer not to hear the fighters speak like that. Listen, 142 people in this stream, and we got 56 likes. We got to fix that, because I'm trying to go live for y'all more often, talk about this good old boxing, give some perspective and some honesty. Y'all, when you come in the streams, just hit the like button. Just get in the habit of doing it. But if we have triple-digit watchers, we should have triple-digit viewers, or at least close. And it always skyrockets when I remind you guys. So it should get to the point where it's routine, where I don't even have to remind y'all. Y'all, hit the like button. I understand people want to hear the dialogue and leave their comments and stuff, but you guys got to understand this is a business, and I set deliberate time aside from other duties to try to live stream with y'all. So work with me so I can work with y'all. But yeah, like I said with Thurman, his energy don't seem as amped up. I don't know if he got married and domesticated and like he's just chilling. Maybe he's made so much money where he's just like, you know what I'm saying, I'm trill, like, you know what I mean, I'm not really tripping right now. I don't know. So it's just, any way you slice it, I feel like the energy is different when it comes to Errol Spence Jr. Yeah, he said he's at peace. That was weird, you know what I'm saying? He said, like if you listen to what he said he's still hungry. So when you say it like that, that makes it sound like you're not hungry. He said he's still hungry. He just acquired his first title. I'm at peace. Like, that doesn't sound right to me, you know what I'm saying? And I really don't want to hear a fighter say that, because, like, I guarantee you, I promise you, and I will put money on it, if I asked Terrence Crawford, I heard so many stories about this man, Terrence Crawford. Check your super chat. I didn't see one. I don't see a super chat. Hold on. Did I miss one, y'all? Because y'all messing up the stream if I didn't. Ed Valencia, $10 super chat. He said, you work and handle it. Come on, people. No, I already read that one. I don't know. Y'all talking about super chat. I don't see one. But anyway, y'all got me all messed up. I don't even know what I was talking about now, because y'all talking about, oh, check your super chat. Oh, anyway, Crawford, I guarantee you, I know enough people that know him like really close to know that he's a very competitive person. I know people like my dude, Sweet Scientist, Akin Brock, played basketball with him and said the dude just doesn't like to lose. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he just doesn't want to lose at anything. So I guarantee if you ask him that, his attitude, he's not gonna be like, I'm at peace. And he's accomplished a lot in his young career, but he ain't gonna say he's at peace. I can almost promise you. Even like, if you look at his Twitter, I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick, new media, because it ain't just about me saying it, it's about showing you guys. But let me see if I can find it real quick. He just last month. Crawford. Now that Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather retired from boxing, I am the one to fill the #1 spot, and I'm done talking about it. Period. Period. He didn't say shit about I'm at peace, I'm undisputed now. Fuck what y'all talking about, I'm at peace. He talking about like now that Floyd and Ward are gone, the only other people who are on the same skill level as me, or two of the people that are on the same skill level as me, now that they're gone, I'm in. I'm the one. You know what I'm saying? But so Keith Thurman saying I'm at peace, that didn't really sit well with me. Like I was like, why'd you say you're at peace? To me that makes it sound like you chilling. And listen, someone said, oh, Keith Thurman is not scared. I never called him scared, but there's clearly something in the air where he feels Errol Spence is a threat to the point where it has to make all the sense in the world for him to fight it, other than just being a great fight for the fans and the unification. Now, the problem with that is this. Keith Thurman swore up and down, like I said, when he was like burn money, he swore up and down, I got an O and I'm not afraid to let it go. And it's just a fight, and he was an animal, the way he was calling people out. So now he doesn't sound like that same person. So I don't know if he's complacent now or what. I'm not gonna say he's just shaking in his boots with Errol Spence, but to me he's sounding like a lot of fighters do. And see, this is the thing that pisses me off, is like, I understand boxing is a business, trust me, because it's a business for me too. This is what I do full time. I don't do anything else. I don't like mow lawns or nothing. So I understand boxing being a business, trust me, I do. The only difference is I'm not fighting people to make my living. I'm just covering the sport and bringing quality content to the fans and shit. But I understand the business side of it. I have enough friends and connects and networks and been behind the scenes and seen enough stuff, so I get it. I understand that boxing is a business. But when fighters talk like straight up warriors on their rise up, right, they garner a lot of fans that way, because they're like, damn, he has an O and he's not afraid to let it go. He wants to fight anybody, Broner, Paulie Maldonado, whoever, he's down to fight him. You know what I'm saying? And then they get to a certain level and then it seems different. Golovkin did it too. Golovkin, all this time, he was like, nobody wants to fight me, and people felt sorry. Like, man, Golovkin's just this warrior. He wants to fight Cotto, but Cotto don't want the work. Sergio Martinez doesn't look like he wants to fight him, etc. And then he even insulted Canelo for fighting Amir Khan, and then he turns around and does the same thing. He fights a welterweight, and I don't give a fuck if it's Kell Brook, who's undefeated, and Khan had been stopped. It don't matter. He still fought a welterweight. You know what I'm saying? After he just harassed another man for making business decision. You know what I'm saying? So I just like to hear the hum. And you know what the craziest thing to me is this, is I feel like sometimes people say it even if they don't mean it. Like, so I feel like Keith Thurman would do himself more of a service if he was just like, you know what I'm saying? If he was just like, yeah, man, it's up to my promoter, but I'm down for whatever. If he wants to scrap, we can scrap. I feel like that, at least people wouldn't be looking at you like sideways, or like you've lost a step or lost some hunger. You know what I'm saying? I really feel that way. And then if the negotiations and all that shit didn't add up and it didn't happen, then it didn't happen. But at least publicly, what you're putting out there is all the indications that you want to fight the person. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like it's a wasted opportunity that Keith Thurman had. And I don't know if it was because he was in Nepal and he's not in fight mode, he's in Zen mode. But the interviews I've seen of him from Fight Week and up to culminated to the Showtime in between interview, it just seemed like he's just like, he said I'm at peace. What I mean, if I look up the term peace, that means like chilling, at peace, tranquil, in a state of bliss. You know what I'm saying? Like euthanasia, like what else does peace mean? Like when I think of peace, I think of like Buddha and like you're just chilling, like you're lamping, like chilling out, max, and relaxing, all cool. Like that's what I think about. If I listen, let's say people were asking me to cover fights and do videos on certain hot topics, and I got on here and I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that many videos this week. I'm not gonna cover any fights because I'm at peace. I'm at peace. Everything is just going right for me, and I'm at peace. I'm in a real tranquil state. You guys will be like, what? And go to the next channel, because nobody's trying to hear that. You come, hopefully come to my channel for my insight, boxing news, and just as a plug and a resource in the boxing game. You know what I mean? So if I'm not providing you that, then it is what it is. And the thing that's also bothersome, that's also more bothersome, or also bothersome, is, like I said, these guys got to get out of the Floyd Mayweather era mentality. You know what I'm saying? Because Floyd, what he did in his career is specific to his career. He had a person like Pacquiao who he could fight, and you know what I mean, could wait 5 years and the motherfuckers don't fight each other, even though it was Pacquiao's fault. But that doesn't work for everyone. You've seen what happened with Canelo. They let it marinate. People were like, fuck that. They got tired of it. Some people who were diehard Canelo fans, when he vacated his belt, they were like, jump ship. Like, I'm not cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And not everyone can do what Floyd did. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Not every fight is worth waiting 5 years like the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. Not everyone's going to get guaranteed $32 million and these record-breaking deals and stuff like that. So you got to live your own life and your own career. And to hear Keith Thurman, like, he's like, I'm in a position of power. It's not, you're really not, because it, like, I don't, like, how do I explain this? Like, you haven't done 1 million pay-per-view buys or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So yes, you have 2 belts, but you can't say like you're in this extreme position of power, because the reason Floyd was in the position of power was a multitude of different things. Do you guys get what I'm saying? It wasn't just because he was a champion and because he had a belt. It was because of who he was. It was because of the demand for him. Whether you paid to see him win, paid to see him lose, you paid for Floyd fights. You knew who Floyd was. My mom don't watch fights. She don't watch boxing. She knows who Floyd Mayweather is. You know what I'm saying? My mom wouldn't know who Keith Thurman is at all. She wouldn't know anybody like that. Errol, Spence, Danny Garcia, she wouldn't know any of those guys. But Floyd transcended boxing, as did Pacquiao, Mike Tyson's, and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So the whole, how much % do you receive from the super chats? Why do you care about somebody else's money? You can go to the YouTube terms of service and the community guidelines, and you can look up the answer to that question. I don't understand why you care about what someone else is doing. Anyway, I don't really think Keith Thurman, he's been pretty inactive. 2, I don't think he's in a position of, like, I hate to say it, I'm gonna just tell you like this. There's so many belts in boxing. That's not all it is, because Canelo be saying I don't even want to accept belts, and he's still the biggest star in boxing. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say belts don't matter, because obviously to the hardcore fans and whatnot, they matter. But just because, like, for example, just because Keith Thurman has 2 belts doesn't make him a cash cow. That's what I'm trying to say. Canelo has 0 belts right now, and he's the biggest star in boxing since Floyd retired. You guys get what I'm saying? So we're in a different market. It's not just because you have belts, you're automatically this A side, and you have all this drawing power. It's not how it works, this current landscape of boxing. You know what I'm saying? You're not just the A side because you're a champion. Because again, you're not a household name like that. So like I said, you have some leverage just being a 2 belt holder champion. That's the only one, but it's not the same. Floyd Mayweather's garbage, overrated as fuck. Surge, jump in the hot seat. I need to fry somebody. My body count's low for right now. So do you accept the hot seat? You said Floyd Mayweather's overrated and garbage. Jump in the hot seat. I need to collect the body real quick. Get your popcorn. Where is he at? I'm trying to get this hot seat off. can't put that clown on the same category as Julio Cesar Chavez, Duran, or Sugar Tay. Who the fuck is Sugar Tay? That sounds like a rapper from Texas. I don't even know who Sugar Tay is. He's a fucking Tennessee rapper or some shit. Anyway, all you have to do is say you accept the hot seat. You and Sugar Tay can get it. Y'all all get it the same. So I don't care. He said Sugar Tay. He didn't say Sugar Ray. He said Sugar Tay, which sounds like some jail shit. You gonna eat your cornbread? Who said that? Sugar Tay? Like, who the fuck is Sugar Tay? I've never called Sugar Shane Mosley Sugar Tay. So I don't know who you got personal names for these fighters. I never called none of them that. Okay, listen, you got one more response, Serge, and you about to get Sergi blocked. You keep putting all this extra stuff, and I'm asking you to be in the hot seat, and you have to give me an answer, yes or no. You keep putting these long diatribes of Castillo and all this bullshit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You can talk about that in the hot seat. Yes or no. Bow down like West Side Connection or jump in the hot seat. Look at you so emotional. Look at you so blocked. Yep, I'm emotional. Cool. You blocked. Get the fuck out of here. Next. Get your L. Sergi Blocka. Serge, you got one more response and you got to respond within, what, 20 seconds? Yeah, that's fair. Just say yes or no. Look at you so emotional. I sleep like a baby. I don't give a fuck about, you think I'm sitting up crying over hot seat comments and shit. I get paid either way. Y'all see, check the track record. Well, anyway, where's Serge at, man? I'm trying to put him in the hot seat and give him this coffin. Ego got an ego? No, I just keep it a buck. That's what it is. I keep it a buck. I mean, oh, you're so emotional. What do you think? I've been doing this for 4 years. What do you think you guys leaving a comment? You're ugly. You got a booger in your nose. Okay. You're gay. Okay, I'm gay. Cool. The fuck? As long as these paychecks is gay, I don't really care what y'all talking about. I'm not cutting my beard off. I'll cut you off before I cut my beard off. Stop blocking niggas' ego? No. Keep talking, you'll get blocked, Juntao. I remember you from the other chat, and I almost blocked you then. Bro, you get mad quick. Do I look mad? I don't care. You shouldn't feed the trolls. Fight reacts. Worry about your channel. Worry about how you do it. I have a system to what I do. The fans like it. It's entertainment. So fuck it. And I seen Serge, you responded, but you didn't say and accept the hot seat. So put him on 10-second timer, and one of my admins, if he don't say yes or no to the hot seat challenge, block his ass. He got 10 seconds. Roman Gladiator style. Let's get it. Kill or be killed. This is a duel. You got 8 seconds. Y'all doing so much. Oh man. And see, this is the thing. I'm like the mob boss. Like, I got my admins is gonna handle it. Like, I don't even have to block people anymore because they know. They already know. It's Ego Army. They already know once we put the hit out, it's a wrap. You still ain't responded, the hit's already out on you. You got 5 seconds. And then my admins, boom, look. Shout out to my dude CSM HB. He already clapped you. You're out of here. Everybody put your L's up. Too easy, man. Put your L's up. Put your... Hey. Y'all like rappers from New York. Big L. Get it, Big L? Yeah, I was tripping. Oh, you get mad easily. Do I look mad? I'm not mad at all. What's there to be mad at? Boxing's been great. I work for myself. I wake up when I want. I enjoy what I do. I meet cool people, pretty women, get to travel. I'm straight. And I won at the casino the other day. Just some advice, bro. I don't need your advice. Unless you've done what I've done, then I don't need your advice. If I want to block everybody in the chat, then I'm going to do that. Obviously, I wouldn't do that because most of the people commenting are very cool. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the problem with y'all. Y'all be worried about too much about what the next person, Big L is that dude. Y'all be worried about the next person's money, what the next person, how they handle their channel. Worry about you. Get yourself a following, and you can do whatever. Don't block anybody if that's what you choose. But when you've been doing this as long as me, you don't have time. You don't have the patience for the foolishness. You know what I mean? You just want to hand out some coffins. And that's my prerogative. Like Bobby Brown. Man, we handing these caskets out. Shout out to Quazon King. Shmoney Dance, $2 super chat. I see you. Thank you for the support. We working. When someone gets blocked, are they blocked for life, or can they join future live chat? I really don't know. I mean, shoot first, ask questions last. I don't really know, because I'm not the one getting blocked, and it's never anybody who's like super cool. Like, you know what I mean? It's like always people who are talking crazy and stuff. How do you super chat? If on your phone on this live stream you see a $sign, you can push it and then enter any denomination that you choose. If not, you can go to PayPal. Haters. Oh, it's a live band? I don't know. But see, that's the thing. I can show you my Instagram right now. The DM dude talking about, oh, I got blocked and I really enjoy your channel and I think it was a live stream. People be like coming crawling back and mad that they got blocked. Who's Matt Stony Stone? I don't even know who the fuck that is. He deserves to get blocked with that name. I don't know who he is. So I don't know who Francisco is. I don't know who any of these people are. Light-skinned niggas be real sensitive. Okay. Hey, what else? Y'all still don't be running up when I'm at the fights or nothing, so whatever. I'm sensitive. I get mad easy. Whatever y'all want to say. Like, but anyway, Thurman, I don't know. I just feel like he's changed his demeanor. What did Jay say? Then you drop shook one, switch your demeanor. Yeah, we blocked the trolls, man. They got to get this work. They got to get this casket. Now we have almost 200 people in the chat right now. 124 likes. Let's see if we can bump that up. Please hit the like button. Ego Army, Ego Mafia, the mob. Money on top of boxing. I tell you guys, it's not just boxing talk. This is a lifestyle. We get it in. We have fun. We have jokes. It's entertainment. You block Kevin Rooney, bro. Whatever. June Tao left $2 super chat. Shout out to you. Modest versus Santa Cruz prediction, the rematch. I don't know. That's a 50-50 fight because the first fight was pretty close. Modest looks like he's enjoying it with Robert Garcia, the partnership with Robert Garcia training him. I don't really know. That's a 50-50 fight. Either guy can win it. It's really based on game plan. I might give a slight edge to Leo Santa Cruz. He showed me he can box more when he wants to in the Frampton 2 fight because he used his size and his height a little bit more. So I'll probably go with Leo Santa Cruz. I think he's fought the better competition in his last 4 fights or so too. Abner Mares has a good win over Jesus Cuellar, but Cuellar is a guy who has a lot of power. But I think he started boxing late, even though he was a champion. He started boxing late, so he's a guy that's there to be outboxed because he doesn't have the best fundamentals. You know what I mean? So beating Carl Frampton in that fight and going the distance with him, having a close fight, I think that's better preparation for Abner Mares than Modest's last couple of fights. Gutierrez, Cuellar, stuff like that. But I mean, shout out to Modest and Leo Santa Cruz. Either guy can win that fight. If I just gun in my head, I would probably say Leo Santa Cruz. I think he learned some stuff about himself. I was at that fight, that Frampton 2 fight, and he was boxing. He used his height well. So that showed me he can use some restraint and box more when it would not just go into a slugfest. So he might the rematch with Mares might look different. The first one was very close and stuff, but he was like kind of slugging it out and letting his hands go, throwing a bunch of punches. But now that he had that experience with the Frampton rematch, and he was kind of forced to box, because if he was throwing all them punches, he would have lost to Frampton again. But the reason he didn't is because he took the punch count down and boxed more. It used his height. Good eye, yes. Y'all know about this? That's funny. I'm off that Chico. Lamont Peterson, Errol Spence, 7 reasons. Leo Santa Cruz sucked yesterday. Why? Why did he suck? I don't get it. He got to win by stoppage. What's so shitty about that? So y'all just be saying whatever. He sucked. He had a tuna fight. Who's the king of the division? Well, it depends if Andrade's moving up to 160 permanently, because he has a chance. But excluding him, if he, let's say he stays at middleweight, Jermell or Lada, I think, are the guys to beat. I think those are the top guys. Hurd, he's tough, he's strong, but he has some. He can't fight like he fought Trout against Lada or Jermell Charlo. I think those guys hit too hard, and Lada's more evasive and surgical and pinpoint accuracy, and he hits harder than Trout to me. So if Trout, like, and see, this is the thing with a guy like Lada, you could say, oh, he's boring or whatever, but he's very comfortable in his style, and he has like the super duper Cuban amateur style to the point where he don't give a fuck if he's getting booed, if they're throwing chairs, if they're throwing popcorn, if they're having orgies in the crowd. He don't care about none of that. That's not going to influence and make him fight a dumb fight. So I got to give credit to guys like that just for showing the discipline to not be influenced by the crowd. For example, Oscar Valdez, he fought that Filipino dude on ESPN on the Zurdo Ramirez card, and I really feel like he was influenced by his hometown crowd of Arizona or whatever, and he started fighting a dumber fight. And it wasn't until he got knocked down and started boxing more that he started looking better in the second half of the fight, which he could have just boxed from the whole time. You know what I mean? So you got to give props to a guy for, no matter if there's a crowd's booing, he's gonna secure that bag and win. You know what I'm saying? And he's not gonna be influenced by them to the point where he fights a dumb fight. Because you got to look at it like this: whether you call Lada boring or whatever, he keeps winning. And the two people who have beat him arguably didn't beat him. You know what I mean? So the thing is, let's say Lada changed his style, and let's say he doesn't, because he did get put down twice by Angulo. Canelo didn't get put down by Angulo. So what if his chin is not as strong as some of the, you know what I mean, Golovkin or Canelo or something? Then if he puts himself in harm's way and fights a style that he shouldn't be fighting, or that he's taking a lot more risk, y'all would clown him more for getting knocked out or something by a Goucher. You know what I mean? Or whoever, Yuri Foreman. So in my opinion, whether you say people are boring or not, it's better to win boring than to lose trying to impress somebody. So it just depends on how you look at it. Rigondeaux has KO every past opponent Lomachenko has fought so far. All in one day, except Jason Sosa was working for the... I don't even know what you're talking about. Shout out to Chris Price. I told y'all them orange super chats. Y'all be going in. $10 he just donated. See, shit, I feel like I need to go out to New York and to cover one of these fights next month. Thoughts on possible opponents for Thurman and Garcia next year? And do you agree with Spence said about Crawford having to get in line to fight him and Thurman? Shit, Garcia, he should fight Brandon Rios or whatever, because that's what they're trying to do. Next year, he should fight Sean Porter if he beats Brandon Rios. If Sean Porter beats Granados, fight Sean Porter, and then the winner of that fight Keith Thurman. Boom. And then the winner of Thurman, Garcia, Porter fight Spence. Boom. I didn't really hear Errol Spence say that. Somebody mentioned it, that he said that Terrence Crawford has to get in line. So I don't know. I don't know the context of what he said it, so I can't really speak on that if I don't know what he said exactly. But I mean, it is what it is. The guy's coming up from 40, and there's an easy course to get in line. Bob Arum said that Jeff Horn is going to be next if he gets past Gary Corcoran. Gary Corcoran and I mean Jeff Horn. My name is Jeff. They said Jeff Horn is going to fight Crawford next in January, February, March, or something like that. So that being said, if Crawford, that is getting in line, because if he beats Jeff Horn, he'll be the WBO champion. So if Thurman and Spence or whoever has those belts fights, right, then the missing link, the last person that I have to see, is Terrence Crawford if he can take the belt from Jeff Horn. So yeah, someone said Crawford kills Horn. I would pick Crawford over Horn too. Which means that, I mean, then that's him getting in line right there, because he can, I think he can beat Jeff Horn. And if he beats him, he's a champion. Boom. Now it'll be the same thing with Errol Spence. You can't sweep him under the rug. All you gotta do is fight the right fight. You know what I mean? Ego, what's up with Errol Spence Jr.'s purse? Is it really 3.5 million? I don't know. I don't really care about another. I mean, I talk about purses and stuff like when it's disclosed with the Nevada State Athletic Commission. But as far as this is just hearsay. I think ESPN, Dan Rayfield said he heard from a source that he's getting paid $3.5 million. So I don't really care to talk about another man's pockets like that when it's not even on record, like officially. Like when they disclose, oh, Conor McGregor's getting $5 million to fight Chad Mendez or whatever. I talk about those purses, but I'm not in another man's pocket like that to the point where I'm gonna talk about some rumor about. That's why I didn't make no video about that shit, because I didn't hear nothing. If he talks about it or something like that, then I can make a video about it. But it's hearsay, and I really don't care. I mean, because Errol ain't gonna give me the money, so I don't really care if he's making 3.5 million or 2.5 million. And, you know what I mean? Especially when it's a rumor. Shout out to Dre, he just left a $5 super chat, said thanks for responding. Who's in the hot seat? Who's trying to get in the hot seat? Who's trying to get in that hot seat? I don't know, I just see hot seats. Who are you? Daryl, who are you? Get in the hot seat for what? Like, who are you? That's what I need to know. What is your standpoint? What am I supposed to be putting you in the hot seat for? See, y'all think this is a game, like pound for pound. What are you talking about? See, I'm not doing all that. Like y'all try to do fabricated hot seats. The whole thing with the hot seat is organic. And I select people. I pick people based on their standpoints of what they're putting. Y'all just trying to jump. Put me in the hot seat, yeah. Like, for what? What am I putting you in the hot seat for? What if we agree? What if you say Errol Spence beats Peterson and I agree with you, but I put you in the hot seat? It don't even make sense. I don't think Spence should be in the pound for pound. You're wasting time. I don't care. Like, cause I never even said where Spence is pound for pound. So yeah, y'all just looking for attention. Anyway, what else is up? Asking for yourself to be in the hot seat is an automatic block. Yeah, it should be, because he didn't. You see, Daryl, you sound pretty pathetic because you're arguing with yourself. I never even said Errol Spence is. I never even placed him anywhere in the pound for pound or said where he was or whatever. I just said he would beat Kell Brook. So you just sound like what's that dude from Split? Like, yeah, Split personality. You just really arguing with yourself. Oh, he shouldn't be pound for pound top 5. Like, who's talking about that? Who said that? When did I ever say that? So anyway, enjoy talking to yourself. Shout out to Hiram Lopez, $5 super chat. Shmoney Dance. What up, Ego? Just for the sake of argument, Jermell Charlo versus Errol Spence. Who would you put your money on? See, me personally, shout out to the super chat, I don't really do stuff like that because I don't feel it's realistic. You know what I'm saying? It's not realistic. One, Spence is the man at 47. Jermell Charlo's a champion, and one of the men at 154, and they're friends. They got the same trainer, so it's not even really worth the conversation. To me, it's just like Broner fighting Lamont Peterson. They're really cool. Peterson's opened up his gym to Broner for certain camps, and it just, I don't see it being, you know what I mean, Lucas Matisse and Maidana, they said they're not going to fight each other. The Klitschko's aren't going to fight each other. So to me, I don't really delve into things that I really think have no chance of happening. It's too much of a fantasy. So I don't know. I don't know what happened with Spence and what's the name? I just feel like if y'all want, talk about Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, or Spence versus Thurman, those are fights that can and should happen. But when people start coming, oh, Oscar Valdez versus a guy at 147, you know what I mean? It's just, that's too much of a leap. Too much of a leap for me. Like, I want to talk about stuff that I feel is remotely realistic, and I don't think Charlo or Spence, they were just celebrating, you know what I mean? Spence is in Charlo's dressing room watching him warm up to knock out Erickson Lubin. So I just don't think it'll happen. Lomachenko getting his ass beat by Rigo. Wow. I don't do a pound for pound list. Wasting my fucking time. I got shit to do. But like I said, it's usually easy and pretty clear to determine who the top guys are, like top 3 or so. But that's about it. What's the name? Daryl's just going off on himself, to be honest. Shout out to the Bahamas. I need to come out there. Heart is beautiful. Where does the Lomachenko Rigondeaux go from here? The winner of that fight? That's a good question. I don't think Rigondeaux stay at 30 because I think he's taking a risk. So I think it'll be more of a once and done. From that point, he can decide, depending on how he felt, and if he wins, he can decide if he wants to go to 126 or 122. I think that'd be suitable. And if he beats Lomachenko, especially if he beat him like he beat Donaire or stops him or something, then he might consider 126 because there's tons of people there. Gary Russell, Leo Santa Cruz, Oscar Valdez, Abner Mares, Donaire's back there. You know what I mean? If Lomachenko wins, he might try to get a Tank fight or somebody, or Tevin Farmer if Tevin Farmer acquires the title in December. And if he can't get that, he'll probably go to 35. That's what I think. Edeslandi Lara versus Charlo. That's a good fight. See, but it's going to be difficult. It's not going to be like first of all, Erickson Lubin, to me, Erickson Lubin made rookie mistakes, and there was a lack and gap of experience that clearly showed up. He got knocked out in the first round. Like most people you don't see get knocked out in the first round typically. Like, I'm not saying I think Jermell Charlo has power clearly, but who else has he knocked out big name in the first round? Vanes Monterosen is an Olympian. He went the distance. You know what I mean? Charles Hadley went a couple rounds before getting knocked out. John Jackson was winning and beating Jermell Charlo. So it just shows the inexperience at this level of the pros for Erickson Lubin. But it's going to be a far cry for Lara because Lara's older than Charlo and he has a lot of experience. Y'all are harsh. Lubin is trash. I don't think it's all that. I don't think if it wasn't Charlo, you know what I'm saying? Who knows? Edeslandi Lara hasn't got no first round knockout, so if Lara was in there with Lubin, he would probably lose. Lubin would probably lose, but I don't think he would have lost like that in the first round. So, styles make fights. Yeah, definitely didn't have the experience. George Groves, Chris Eubank Jr., good fight. I'm leaning towards Eubank Jr., but excuse me. The thing that's interesting is he ain't been at 168 for long. George Groves has way more fights. at 168 than him, and they both look about the same size, to be honest, when they're in the ring together. So it's a good fight. It could go either way. George Groves, maybe his experience can pull it out for him because he's been in there with way better names to me. Carl Froch twice, Badu Jack. You know what I'm saying? He just fought the better competition. Beat James DeGale, Olympic gold medalist. But I would lean towards Chris Eubank. I think he's a bit more fresh. But the weight is the thing that's interesting because Eubank Jr. is fairly new to 168. He has like maybe 2 fights there. So, good fight though. Shout out to the World Boxing Super Series, Richard Schaefer. Devin Haney was supposed to fight on this card in San Francisco out my way on October 21st, but he just posted today the fight's off. I haven't talked to him. I don't know exactly why it's off or why he's not on the card anymore, but that's what he posted on his Instagram. And do you guys know Devin Haney's from the Bay too? He's originally from the Bay. His pop's from Oakland. But yeah, so he was looking forward to it because it would have been like a hometown fight for him, like close to his hometown, Oakland, San Francisco. Is there a way Spence can force the unification? Not really. I mean, the only thing he can do is move up the rankings and the rankings that what's the name has the belts, WBA and WBC. Spence seems like he don't want any smoke with Bud. Devin Haney is not 5-0. He has like probably like 19 fights. He has like 16, 19 fights or something. I don't know where you're getting 5-0 from. But, hey, that's just me. Danny Garcia is probably fighting Brandon Rios. Yeah, Spence got to figure out a way to minimize these layoffs because he attributes the slower start in the Kell Brook fight to maybe jet lag and a 9-month layoff. And now he ain't fought since May. So what is that? June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Now he's 8 months. By the time he fights Peterson, it'll probably be 8.5 months. So he has to break that spell, in my opinion, to be at, because like Terrence Crawford is fighting. Terrence Crawford, I don't know every fight, but I know I covered his fight December 10th of last year. He fought John Molina. I was at that fight in Omaha. So that was December. Then he fought Felix Diaz maybe in May of this year in New York. And then I went to his fight with Julius Ndongo in August, I think. You know what I'm saying? So he's been pretty damn active. You know what I mean? Every so often he's fighting. Because I covered 2 of his 3 last fights. So Errol Spence has to figure out a way to to get people in the ring with him. Bay Area has a lot of great athletes. Yes, the Bay Area is a cool place. I mean, minus these fires we just had, that was pretty fucked up and tragic, and the air quality was horrible out here. Spence versus Bud, I don't think will happen for a while. Politics, different networks at the moment. I mean, Crawford's next fight will probably be on ESPN, so I don't think it'll happen for a while. But Spence will walk Thurman down and KO him. It's possible. And see, listen, this is the thing that I never understood about boxing fans. First of all, a lot of y'all talk like y'all are actual promoters, and that was never the cool thing to do in boxing. As a boxing fan, why would you not want to be spoiled? Like 2017 has been a phenomenal year for boxing. Who doesn't want to get spoiled? Who doesn't want to see the most compelling, best possible fights? Now, I'm realistic, so I understand it's not every single fight. Keith Thurman's coming off an injury, so he's not going to fight Spence next. I get that. You know what I mean? But aside from that, some of y'all make excuses. Oh, Wilder and Joshua shouldn't fight. Well, who does that? You know what I mean? If it makes sense, there's no other heavyweights, correct? If you guys feel different, you let me know. But aside from Wilder and Joshua, if they get past their next opponents, their mandatories, what other fight is bigger for the heavyweight division than that, right? And I can't even see Tyson Fury. I can't even say Tyson Fury merely based on the fact that his last couple of years, he's been out of the ring since 2015. So he's done some damage outside of the ring gaining weight into his career. I know he has the personality and the charisma to help attract and sell, but I don't know how fans would embrace this version of Tyson Fury. Nobody's seen him in the ring with another pro, you know what I mean, under the bright lights since 2015, November 2015. So I can't even say a Joshua Tyson Fury fight would be bigger. Even a David Haye fight. Now, don't get me wrong, those are big domestic fights, but David Haye just got stopped by a guy who came from light heavyweight in Tony Bellew. So even if he knocks out Tony Bellew in the rematch, it will build up for the Joshua fight, and people are going to watch it. I would watch it. I definitely wouldn't even mind it, but I can't say it'll be bigger than Wilder Joshua. So why are y'all even making excuses? Who you want to see Joshua fight? David Price? You know what I mean? Like, if he gets past his mandatory and Wilder gets past his mandatory, that should be a clear path. And even, in no disrespect, I met him in Vegas, very cool dude. But Joseph Parker, he has more seasoning to get because his last couple performances, he hasn't looked spectacular. So I don't even feel like, I actually feel like Joseph Parker had more momentum before he became a champion. He was getting more praise and stuff like that. But since he became a champion, his performances haven't really, like, Povetkin's about to fight somebody. But anyway, his performances haven't really impressed. So that can't be, I don't think that would be it'll be a fight if they made it. You would understand it because he has a belt, but it's not going to be bigger than Wilder Joshua. See, again, Gary, I'm not trying to be rude and sound like a prude. I'm not trying to do that, but I don't really partake in questions that are Tyson Fury versus Hughie Fury. Why would they fight each other when they're related? You know what I mean? The Klitschko's didn't fight each other. The Charlo brothers ain't trying to fight each other. So it's not a realistic question to me. So I'd rather focus on things that actually could happen. Wilder Stiverne, I mean, I'm rocking with Wilder. He beat him the first time convincingly. You could say Stiverne was like ill or dehydrated or whatever, but the biggest thing is Bermane Stiverne's not coming in with momentum. Like, I hear he trains and he's, you know what I'm saying, he's training in the gym, but it's different from fighting. Different from being under the bright lights and having an actual fight. And Wilder, the type of power he has is like, that could put you into shock if you ain't fought in 19 months. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't, because Bermane Stiverne was riding high off the Chris Areola, broke his nose, and I think went the distance, and then stopped him. He was a champion, and then he fought Wilder. So he, at that point, came in with a lot of momentum. But now, he ain't fought since the year he fought Deontay Wilder. He fought one other person since that, got knocked down in the first round against Derek Rossi, who I think Luis Ortiz was supposed to fight, but he injured his hand, and he ain't fought since then in 2015. So I don't think Wilder's not the type of person that you would probably want to fight off of a long layoff, especially when he's been more active because he has menacing power. So I don't know, maybe Bermane can surprise me and look super sharp, but I think the momentum is definitely on Wilder's side. And another thing is, some of you guys, I look at the psychology of boxing. Some of y'all don't really look at this, but Wilder's getting more confident. And the reason is because, like, people are fucking up with drug tests and stuff. That's making it, even if it's true or not or whatever, or blood pressure, no matter what you say, that's going to make you more confident, because you're going to be like, damn, these motherfuckers really ain't trying to fight me. They keep finding a way to fudge it up with the test. You know what I mean? So I think and then Joshua is saying, oh, I'll fight him when I have the best chance of beating him, maybe 2018, 19, or 2020. That all builds to the psyche and the confidence of Deontay Wilder, in my honest opinion, because now it looks like guys don't want to fight you. Yes, Haye got injured, but I mean, that's his body. His body broke up on him. So what does that have to do with it? He still got knocked out. He still lost to Tony Bellew, a light heavyweight who moved up to cruiserweight and then moved up again to heavyweight. So, I mean, it is what it is. And actually, to be honest, he didn't even particularly looked great until maybe the round before he got injured, because he was trying too hard to knock out Tony Bellew. He was too like wild. He was like swinging too wild and stuff, and Tony Bellew was checking for that. Tony Bellew can box. He has a good frame, 6'3" or whatever. He was just trying to put too much into it. I think to me, in my honest opinion, I'd rather see David Haye versus Kenan Briggs before David Haye Joshua, and then the winner fight Joshua. If David Haye gets past Tony Bellew, which who knows? Let's see if luck's on Bellew's side twice or whatever. So, and see, y'all forget David Haye was supposed to fight Tyson Fury. Then he got injured and pulled out and retired completely for like 2-3 years. They had a press conference and everything. So, well, I'm about to wrap it up, man. Enjoy the rest of my night. You guys let me know what you think. Let's do a quick roll call. Why? Yo, Ego, why is everyone giving Keith Thurman shit lately? He beat Danny and Porter. Why isn't he getting credit? I think Keith is a top dog at 147 right now. That's a question from Boris. Boxing is a sport of what have you done for me lately? And the recent occurrence, Keith Thurman, his hunger is in question. Like, even when he was going to fight Porter, they said he got in a car accident. Some people don't even believe he was really in a car accident. So the fight got postponed. Some people thought he couldn't make weight. The fight got postponed, things like that. And then he fought Porter, beat him in a close fight, beat Danny Garcia, and then this injury comes out and no one really even knew about. And then he goes off to Nepal, gets married and stuff. So, you know what I mean? People are just looking at is really what he said. And I tell you, and I agree with it. I think what he's saying is not doing him any favors in the media. What he's saying, he's not making it sound like he wants to fight Errol Spence. And that's a huge fight for the fans, and the fans want to see it. And this has never been Keith Thurman's demeanor to shy away from a challenge. So I think that's why people are being hard on him. Because like I said, he was pressing Floyd Mayweather. He pulled up on Paulie Malignaggi at Paulie Malignaggi's press conference. He was pressing him. But then when it comes to Errol Spence, who's pressing you, you're just kind of like, oh, I'm at peace. I'm at a good place in my life. So that's what it is. Keith ain't ducking. I mean, you guys can say whatever you want. It doesn't look like he wants to fight Errol Spence. That looks like the reality of the situation. Whether he wants to make sure the money is all right and in order, Errol Spence wants to fight him now, and it doesn't look like Keith Thurman wants to fight him now. Let's do the roll call, and I'm out. Where y'all from? New Jersey, Davenport, Iowa, Riverside, motherfucker, Chicago, Garfield Park, Porterville, Australia, Keith Thurman, North Carolina, Fort Worth, Lancaster. The car accident was legit. Berkeley, Oakland, shout out to the Bay, Arlington, Portland, Oregon, Houston, Texas, Ireland, Toronto, Minnesota, New York, South Carolina, New Orleans, Oakland, Bronx, Toronto, Oakland, Vegas, strong, South Carolina, Toronto, Arizona, SoCal. Like I said, well, whatever. If the car accident with Keith Thurman was official, that is what it is. But I'm just telling you how the perception. Some people took it as like, oh, he was trying to buy time with Porter, and Porter even had to have an exhibition fight with Leonardo Tyner to stay busy. And then, like I said, he took he had a shoulder injury, which there's a picture. Like I said, I'm just telling you the perception. I'd never seen the picture. That's just me. So, and I mean, I'm not even trying to be conspiracy theorist, but it's a picture. What is it like? There's a picture of Bow Wow in front of a private jet, and then Bow Wow wasn't even on that private jet. He was on like Southwest Airlines in the regular seat, and the fan put him on blast. So, I mean, the picture don't really do nothing. You know what I mean? You can tell. I could Google a picture of some shit. Like, oh look, fender bender, man. Because Bow Wow sure as fuck wasn't on that private jet. That was like a Googled picture. Go read the story. Bow Wow fronting or Bow Wow fake stunting and all that. So, you know what I mean? That's a picture. Well, either way, man, fuck, like, it doesn't even, like, y'all focusing on, like, minuscule things. Fuck the car accident. He made it past it. He got back in good health, and he fought Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. Who cares about the car accident? Is just, I'm just going over the sequence of events. I'm talking about why was he on Showtime? Like, the real issue is I seen him on Showtime, and Errol Spence is feet away from him, only separated by Brian Custard and Deontay Wilder. You have the golden opportunity on national TV to let the world know that you trying to scrap with the man, and you saying you're at peace. So that's the bigger issue. You see, this is what happens. You guys, new media, we don't just settle for shit. Y'all focus in on the worst parts of the argument. You know what I mean? Oh, the car accident was legit. Okay, fuck it. The car accident, he made it through, and we're past that. He didn't say he didn't want to fight Errol Spence, but all the interviews he said recently, he made it sound very, put it this way. If you had a life savings, like, let's say your retirement pension, 401k, and someone said, bet your whole amount of money that this fight will happen between Keith Thurman and Errol Spence will happen in 2018. Keep in mind, we're still in 2017. So a year is 365 days. There's really no reason why the fight shouldn't happen in 2018, especially when Errol Spence is pressing for it. So if someone said, bet your whole 401k plan, that the fight happens 2018, and then they showed the clip of Keith Thurman talking about the fight, I guarantee you would not feel confident in betting your whole, what you've acquired and what you've saved. You would not feel comfortable betting that based on what Keith Thurman said, that the fight would happen. It's similar to Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. If they played the Sky Sports interview with Johnny Nelson and said, hey, will the Wilder-Joshua fight happen? And then they played that clip. If you had to take an educated guess and pick the safe bet, based on what those guys said, you probably wouldn't bet that the fight will happen next year, based on how they said. And that's it. That's what it boils down to. Y'all. Oh, he's still not.
I believe later in 2018 it will be more legitimate of a match that we can make. You know, the truth is,
look at Errol. He's just looking like
he wants. He has to come see me. You know, and everybody knows that. You know, and
see, okay, see, I take it real deep on y'all. I get to the psychology of this shit.
I believe later in 2018 it will be more legitimate of.
Okay, so later in 2018 it would be more legitimate. Why is it not legitimate now when you guys are both champions and there's 3 belts between the two of y'all? You know what I'm saying? So what does later have to do? Later in 2018, how is it going to be more legitimate? You mean if Spence beats Lamont Peterson, who he's probably going to be favored to beat, if he beats him now, it's more legitimate? You know what I'm saying? He already has the belt. The belt is the legitimacy. But let's keep going.
A match that we can make, you know, the truth is.
Look at Errol. He's like, man down. Man down.
Is what he wants, he has to come see me.
What he wants, he has to come see me.
You know, and everybody knows that.
And everybody knows that. Okay, he's trying to see you. He's staring right there.
And I remember when I saw that boy backstage.
Now he's telling a story.
Years ago, and I told him eye to eye, I look forward to seeing you in the ring one day.
Look at Errol laughing.
I knew he was the Olympian. I knew he was that young gun coming up. And, you know, I don't have the same.
Look, he's just like, get to the point. Are you trying to fight?
Passion as he does.
Y'all hear that? See, this is too deep for y'all. He said, I don't have the same passion that he does. Those are his words. I'm going to get back.
I believe later in 2018 it will be more legitimate of a match that we can make. You know, the truth is,
man down.
What he wants, he has to come see me. You know, and everybody knows.
See, you said what he wants, he has to come see me, and he's trying to see. Look at it. Looks like he's trying to see you right now. Look at this look. This looks like he's like, trying to see you as we speak. So what do you mean, like, what he wants, he has to come see? He realizes that. Look at his face. He looks like he's trying to. Look at him, man down. Like, he looking at you like, cause you know he's part Jamaican. He looking at you like some jerk chicken, like he's about to eat you.
You know, and I remember when I saw that boy backstage years ago.
You looking way too into it.
I look forward to seeing you in the ring one day, because I knew he was the Olympian. I knew he was that young gun coming up. And, you know, I don't have the same passion as he does.
He just said, I don't have the same passion as he does. And y'all telling me I'm looking too far into it. That doesn't, I don't have the same passion he does.
He's very hungry.
He's very hungry. Okay, so you're acknowledging that he's hungry.
Acquired the first world title.
He just got his first world title versus Kell Brook, yes.
I've already acquired my second world title.
He said, I've already got a second world title.
Like Deontay said, I'm at peace.
See? I'm done. Y'all don't know shit. Y'all talking about I'm looking too far into it. How am I looking too far into it? And I'm going off of what he said. He said he's very hungry. So you acknowledge that he's hungry. But you also said earlier in the telecast that I have something he wants. And he's right there and he wants it right now. And he's just staring at you. And you're like, oh, he has to come see me. He's trying to come see you. You know what I mean? And you admitted he's hungry. What, like, he's a champion, so why? He's like, oh, it'll be more legitimate. And see, listen. Y'all don't want me to go in, because I'll really go in and start new mediaing the fuck out of all y'all. Oh, you're looking too far into it. Like I said, the difference is I didn't just join this game. I've been in the game. And the other thing is, I remember Keith Thurman set the guideline. I think it might have been on Dante's Boxing Nation. He was setting the guidelines for what Errol Spence had to do to fight him. He was talking about maybe 2-3 more years, right? The video, I think, is on Dante's Boxing Nation. And this was before he became a champion, probably even before the Leonard Bundu fight that Spence had, right? So that's what we call changing the goalposts. Amir Khan did the same thing with Kell Brook. Don't say, oh, 2-3 years or fight somebody of note and then I'll fight you. And then they do that, and then there's a different. You move the goalposts and say, oh, the fight won't be legitimate until 2018. So literally, like, honestly, oh, you're reading too far into it. I'm gonna ask you guys a question since I'm reading too far into it. What would Errol Spence do? Who could he fight? He's fighting Lamont Peterson. Let's say he gets past him. What can he do to, who can he fight to make the fight more legitimate for Thurman? What could he do between in 2018? That's my question to you guys. So if Errol Spence, even though he beat Kell Brook, who beat Sean Porter, if he fights Porter, that will give him the legitimacy. Even though Kell Brook beat Porter and then Errol Spence beat Kell Brook and beat his ass and stopped him, beat him into submission. That's really gonna make it more. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna make it more. I don't really see that. I don't see, like, Porter's a dog, but he's trying to fight Danny Garcia. Porter's not. See, y'all gotta. So basically, you guys are saying Errol Spence has to fight people Keith Thurman already beat to make the fight more legitimate. How does that make any sense? Why does he have to fight guys that just lost to Keith Thurman? You guys are making excuses, and that's what it is. You talking about he has to fight Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia doesn't even have him. I mean, he's not even. What's Danny Garcia's best welterweight win? To be honest, I'm not even roasting. I like Danny Garcia. I just want to know, what's Danny Garcia's best welterweight win to you guys? Win. What is his best win? Listen to me. What is Danny Garcia's best win? Robert Guerrero, after Keith Thurman beat him too and nearly knocked him out? And that's Danny Garcia's best win at welterweight to you guys. It's not Samuel Vargas, so I guess, yeah, it's not Paulie Malignaggi. So once again, let's break it down. You guys are telling me that Spence has to fight Danny Garcia, who lost to Keith Thurman, and his best victory at welterweight. He did a lot. He did a whole hell of a lot at 140, but his best win at welterweight is Paulie Malignaggi or Robert Guerrero. Right? But you're saying Spence has to go through him to get to Thurman when they're already champions now. Y'all are full of shit, and y'all make excuses, and it's sickening and pathetic. You know what I mean? Who doesn't want to see unifications? You know what I'm saying? But when it's a fighter you don't like Floyd Mayweather, you want him to fight guys at 54, even though he wasn't even ever a permanent resident at 54. You want to fight his mandatory and unify with Edeslani Lara and Demetrius Andrade because you think them guys are bigger than him and can beat Floyd. You know what I mean? Who doesn't want unifications? I don't understand it. Who's making excuses? There's a ton of people. You guys are saying that to make the fight with Spence Thurman, which I want to see now, and I consider myself an authority on boxing. I've been putting my work in. I want to see the fight now, and y'all saying to make it more legitimate, he has to beat guys. Danny Garcia is coming off a loss and might fight Brandon Rios. And his best win at welterweight is Robert Guerrero. And Floyd Mayweather thought Guerrero won or it was a draw or something crazy. So it wasn't like he knocked Guerrero out, even though Omar Figueroa knocked him out. But that's the fight that'll catapult the Thurman fight. That doesn't even make sense to me. Y'all are making excuses. Boxingego, the future. Lorcan, blocked. Get up out of here. You talking reckless, so you gotta go. And I didn't say who can Errol Spence fight to make the fight more compelling. That wasn't my word. I used the same vernacular and the same terminology Keith Thurman said. He said the fight in 2018 could become more legitimate. Legitimate. That, you guys know what the word legitimate means? So I asked you guys, who can Errol Spence fight to add more flavor to the Keith Thurman fight? I said, who can Errol Spence fight? That's why I blocked that dude. L, put your L's up. Everybody put your L's up. We having a party. Oh, we having a party. But I asked, who can Errol Spence fight to make, as Keith Thurman says, make the Thurman-Spence fight more legitimate? And I don't think, if he beats Danny Garcia or Porter, those would be great wins for Errol Spence. But I don't think that makes it more legitimate because, you know what I mean, those guys, Sean Porter, damn good fighter, but he lost to Kell Brook and he lost to he lost to Thurman. And Danny Garcia lost to Thurman and arguably lost to Herrera and arguably lost to Peterson. And his biggest win at welterweight is probably Robert Guerrero. So I don't think that makes it more legitimate. You know what I mean? That's my honest opinion. I don't think it makes it more legitimate. Now, those would be cool, like, fights to keep him active and it'll build the hunger for it. But you guys keep doing this with all these big fights. Wilder and Joshua, talking about Wilder has to fight Dillian White. Why does he have to fight? It's a cool fight, but why does the champion have to go through all these hurdles and obstacles to get to Joshua? Yeah, okay, Joshua's the A side, cool, but to unify, see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all talk like promoters or something. Like, so Wilder, he's been knocking everyone out except for Stiverne. Now he has the chance to knock out Stiverne in the rematch and satisfy his mandatory. And y'all bringing, oh, he has to fight Amir Mansour and Tony Bellew-Haywen. Why does he have to do that? Why can't Wilder, as a champion, skip over all the guys who are fighting for title shots and fight the actual champion? It's fear. I'm telling y'all, y'all are fear. I'm not even talking about fighters right now. I'm talking about the fans. The fans are fearful. The fans are fearful. Because it doesn't make any sense as a fan why you would not want to see Wilder Joshua in 2018. And you want to create all these obstacles and stuff that Wilder has to get through to get to Joshua when he could get to him right now. Spence and Thurman. That's a good fight right now. And I don't think Spence as a champion, I think Sean Porter should fight Danny Garcia. That's a good fight. That's who Sean Porter, you notice Sean Porter has been calling out Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman in his recent interviews, right? So them two can fight, and then Thurman and Spence can fight, and then the winners can fight each other. That makes perfect sense because Danny Garcia and Sean Porter both have losses or a loss. Danny Garcia probably should have more than one loss if you include Mauricio Herrera. But the thing is, they're working their way back up the ladder. WBC wanted that eliminator, and then they can get a crack at the title again. You know what I mean? But y'all are saying Errol Spence has to go through all this as a champion to fight another champion. But I guarantee you, this... Can we get to 200 likes so I can really fry y'all and explain and expose the fear? I already did the roll call. I was supposed to be out of here, but now I'm just gonna fry y'all, excuse making motherfuckers. Can we get close to 200 so I can fry y'all? I can't wait. Hit the like button so I can fry y'all. I'm gonna really explain this to y'all, and I'll expose the fear. I'm gonna expose the fear right now, cause y'all making so many excuses, and this is not an anti-Keith Thurman. I fuck with Thurman. I fuck with Spence. I like really all the welterweight. Danny Garcia, Porter, all of them. That's why they should have a fucking Royal Rumble out this motherfucker. I like all of them dudes. Can we get to 200 so I can really fry y'all? I just want to fry y'all, man. And I'm going to expose the fear. Hit the like button harder than Spence hit Chris Van Herding. Exactly. Listen. We almost at 200 so I can fry. Can I fry y'all? Two more likes so I can fry y'all, man. And it's on. One more like so I can fry y'all. And I'm gonna show you why the fear is there. With the fans. We need one more like, and I'm gonna let y'all know how I could tell. Oh, we there. So here's how it goes. There's 3 champions at welterweight. Keith Thurman has 2 belts, Jeff Horn, and Errol Spence Jr. Now, this is how I know the fans are fearful, because if Keith Thurman was on Showtime right now and he says, after Gary Corcoran, I want Jeff Horn, I want to unify with Jeff Horn right now, those same people would not say Jeff Horn, who barely even beat Pacquiao, if he even beat him, right? Those same people would not have a problem with Keith Thurman fighting Jeff Horn, another champion with 1 belt, just like Errol Spence Jr., right? So let me connect the dots for you. So you wouldn't say Jeff Horn needs to fight Danny Garcia and Sean Porter. If Keith Thurman called out Jeff Horn, you guys would be okay. The same people that are saying it would be okay with Keith Thurman unifying with Jeff Horn, because you know Keith Thurman has a strong ass chance to beat Jeff Horn's ass and to take his belt and to snatch his belt. You guys know that Keith Thurman would probably be the favorite in that fight, right? So you guys wouldn't be the same people that are making all these excuses why Spence has to go through Sean Porter, Spence has to go through Danny Garcia and Luis Collazo and all these other people to test himself. You would not say that to Jeff Horn. If Keith Thurman said, you know what, I'm fighting Jeff Horn in March, I can't wait, I want a unification, you wouldn't be like, no, but Jeff Horn, he should go through Danny Garcia. Jeff Horn needs to rematch Pacquiao. He needs to fight Sean Porter. You would just immediately accept the fight because it was a unification, and you would be good with it. That's how I know you're fearful of Errol Spence Jr. I know it in my heart that you fans, what was the date it took place? It took place yesterday on Showtime. What are you talking about? It was on the triple. You guys gotta watch boxing. This just happened on the Showtime triple header, that Keith Thurman and Errol Spence clip that I just played. Anyway, if Keith Thurman called out Jeff Horn, then you guys wouldn't set up all these roadblocks about Jeff Horn having to fight Pacquiao and Conor McGregor and Danny Garcia and all these people like that. You would just accept it and be like, oh, Keith is trying to unify, let him collect that 3rd belt, period. But now when it comes to Errol Spence, you're saying Errol Spence, to legitimize the fight and all this stuff, he has to do extra stuff. But why doesn't Jeff Horn have to do extra stuff? Because you realize that Jeff Horn has a strong chance to lose to Keith Thurman, and you're probably a fanboy. Boom. All right, we got another hot seat victim. You know what? Sometimes I'm not even gonna give y'all the option. Bapex Bill, you in the hot seat. Hater to lover, you in the hot seat. Now you got to fight your way out. He says you fanboying over Errol Spence Jr. ego. Now explain to me in front of the fans in the hot seat. Everybody get your popcorn. I was about to get off the phone and just enjoy my night, but now is on. So you're in the hot seat. Get your popcorn ready. So why am I a fanboy of Errol Spence? What have I said that was untrue? Name one thing. Go. You're in the hot seat, and I already said your name. You know who I'm talking to. Baypex Bill. So I'm a fanboy. So that means if you're saying something like that, to me, that's a slanderous comment. That's a slanderous comment. So to me, if you're saying I'm a fanboy, that means you disagree with something, right? That means that I'm just going over the top and I'm just a fanatical fan for Errol Spence Jr. So I must be lying. So you explain to us, you explain to Ego's Army and all the people watching, the 155 people watching, what I did that was fanboyism for wanting to see a good fight. Crickets. You notice none of these people promptly respond. It always takes forever to get the casket. So I'm a fanboy, so you explain why I'm a fanboy. And we're waiting. We haven't got one comment since. You're fanboying over Spence. So you type that shit quick as hell, and now you in the hot seat. I'm about to get fried, and you ready for your last meal. But we're waiting. Has anybody seen him? Where's Waldo? The way you talk about Spence, putting words in his mouth when replaying the interview, about the way he's looking at him, the energy you give off about him, seem like a fanboy. What are you talking about? What words did I put in Spence's mouth? I made an observation. I said Spence is looking at him crazy, like he wants to fight him. I never said you're wrong. You just seem like a fanboy. Okay, so you got 2 more responses. I don't think you did a great job of explaining that. So we're still waiting. We're still waiting for you. Is the Keith Thurman Errol Spence fight a good fight? That's my question to you. Is it a good fight? I'm waiting for the dude that's in the hot seat to answer. Is it a good fight? And once again, it's taking forever to respond. Is Thurman versus Spence Jr. a good fight at welterweight? Someone said an open casket. See, where is the dude at? I'm the fanboy. This should be easy. I also want to see the fight, absolutely, but just throughout the videos you seem a bit biased towards Spence. I know he's your favorite, but I'm just saying, you don't know who my favorite is. Okay, so again, what did I say that was a lie? See, listen, if you're saying I'm a fanboy, fanboys, from what I've seen, they don't really speak with any level of logic. They're not necessarily even saying facts. Like, they're like, I love Golovkin, so no matter what, he can do no wrong. I've never done that with Errol Spence Jr. So you got to give specifics. You're in the hot seat. You can't. All you're doing is saying, "Oh, you're a fanboy," and from your previous videos, you seem like a fanboy, but you're not really explaining. You're not. What have I said that was false? A fanboy doesn't care about if he's right or wrong or if what he's saying is logical. Everybody get your L's ready. The L should be in your holster right now because this is some easy ass work. Y'all always do this name call. You're a fanboy. Prove it. What are you talking? What have I said about Errol Spence that was false? I said he has a belt. He has a belt. Damn, they're already counting you down, son. Well, he has to get the countdown. He's in the hot seat. It's too late. You have one more response, but the fans are already counting you out. Should I count him out or should we give him one more response? I'll let the fans decide. Does he get... Do we vote or do we give him one more chance to respond? Bro, you stated earlier in the chat you were a fan of both of them. Put them in the casket. I know I did. Because I am a fan of both of them. So, put one more or put your L's up. If y'all want him to have one more chance to explain how I'm this fanboy, put that. If not, put your L's up. And I'm counting the L's, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He responded. I just replied earlier. Hold on. Count this. I already told you, I never said you're lying or wrong about Spence. In fact, I'm sure he'd beat Thurman, but like I said before, the way you talk about him. All right, let's vote, because that was lame. That was horrible. You just said, oh, I never said you're wrong, and I think you'd beat Spence. So I'm a fanboy, and you're not even telling me what I've done, and then you said that you think Spence would beat him, and it's a good fight. That makes a lot of sense. But I'm the fanboy for wanting to see. I'm a fanboy because I want to see the fight, and I've said nothing but facts. But that makes me a fanboy because of the way I talk about him. Everybody, let's vote. Put your L's up if you think he got bodied in this hot seat. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all put that W and you don't really mean it, and I'm gonna randomly check, if y'all put that W, then you in the hot seat, because I know how some of y'all do. But I'm not threatening. If you really put the W, that's fine. But you're gonna have to explain to me how he won this argument. So put your L's up or put your W's up. Let's vote. Let's get it. If he proved I'm a fanboy for wanting to see a fight between two champions in a unification. Ego, your army is too strong. I knew I was going to get blocked, but it's all good. May the peace be with you. L blocked. No, man, trust me. If I get ripped in the hot seat, trust me, the fans ain't going to show me mercy. They're not going to be like, oh, yeah, they didn't give you the L when I got the L. They're not going to do that. You didn't prove your point. You said I'm a fanboy. How am I a fanboy because I want to see a fight? Because I think Spence is talented. I think Thurman's talented too, which is why I want to see the fight. But, oh, the way you talk about him. I'm not talking about Spence any different than I talk about any good fighter. Terrence Crawford, I talk about him the same way. Rigondeaux, Floyd, I talk about all of them the same way. If I think you're a good fighter, you're a good fighter. But a lot of y'all make excuses why the fight shouldn't happen, which is beyond me as a boxing fan. Why would you not want to see it? Yeah, let's let it marinate. What fan says that? That's like the Cavaliers versus the Golden State Warriors. If they're the best teams in the league, and you say, oh, I don't want to see them in the finals together. Let's let it marinate. I want to see it in 2020. Then they can play each other. Why? I want to see the Cavs beat the Sacramento Kings 5 times. Let it marinate. Like, that sounds crazy to even talk like that. Like you're the businessman. Crazy. Like I said, y'all don't do a good job in the hot seat. Y'all always have these like blunt ass like insults or whatever and accusations, and then when it comes time to prove it, you can't even prove it. I didn't say nothing, no fanboy-ish stuff. Errol Spence is a good fighter. I want to see him fight Thurman. That has nothing to do with being a fanboy. I just want to see the fight. You know what I'm saying? And in my honest opinion, Keith Thurman, he doesn't seem like he's jumping up for joy for that. And like I said, nobody would have a problem with Jeff Horn immediately off of that Pacquiao controversial win that some people think he shouldn't even got the title, right? Off of that, they wouldn't complain if Keith Thurman fought him next, because you know Keith Thurman has a very strong chance of beating Jeff Horn. Crazy. I just want to see good fights, man. Like, I just don't understand, like, when has the game gotten this soft where Wilder Joshua, yeah, I want to wait till 2020. Who says that? Who wants to wait? You know what I'm saying? Nothing is promised. Why would you want to wait till 2020 to see that fight when they're champions now? What if by 2020 Daniel Dubois is the man at heavyweight? Then you might want to see Joshua versus Dubois or Deontay Wilder or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to wait. Wilder and Joshua are on top right now. They're both champions. It's a great unification. Wilder's calling for the fight. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Thurman's a great fighter with 2 belts now. Errol Spence is young, hungry lion with 1 belt now. Why do we want to wait? You don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Because then if we wait 2 years and all this extra shit, who knows? Mikey Garcia and Terrence Crawford might be in the division by then and running shit. So then there'll be other matches you want to see. So I want to see the good fight. And this is not like Erickson Lubin, who really didn't have the experience fighting Jermell Charlo and just being a mandatory. These are both guys who have good experience. Errol Spence fighting Kell Brook in his backyard, that's a ton of experience right there. Because Kell Brook is no joke. You know what I mean? Fighting the Bundus and Chris Algieri's other guys' leftovers and beating them better. That's experience right there. The Olympics, that was experience. Let's get back to the good fights. Tell the truth. I'm out, man. I did the roll call. It is what it is. Y'all let me know what you think. Hats coming soon. Yeah, there's always going to be prospects coming up. I want to see good fights now. Man, y'all keep asking me questions trying to keep me on here longer. Ego, what do you think about Tevin Farmer saying Tank is going to have to prove himself? If Tevin wins, Tank vacated belt. I don't know. Tevin's my dude, Tank's my dude. I just feel like now it's it's kind of like Freaky Friday. The roles are reversed, and Tank was kind of in a position to power him in Mayweather Promotions, and Tevin Farmer was kind of dying for the fight. And now that Tank lost his belt on the scale, Tevin Farmer's trying to like big boss him, like act like he don't matter if he gets the title. So I think that's kind of what it is. Tevin Farmer's like, man, I'll be the champ now. So now you got to succumb to my wishes. So I think that's why he did it. I think Tevin, he was down to fight him when Tank was a champion. So I don't think he's afraid of fighting Tank. I think he just wants to boss him, big boss him, you know what I mean, big dog him. That's what we call it, like big dog, you know what I mean, power playing. Like, because when you were the champion, I was begging for the fight and like trying to crawl my way up, claw my way up, and he was like trying to front on me or tell me what I had to do. I think Floyd said it. I think Floyd said that Tevin Farmer had to win a title, and then we'll look at it. So now, see, people keep saying it, karma and shit like that. So now that he's in a position to fight for the vacant belt and become a champion, now I think he's just trying to do the same thing, just being vindictive. That's what I think. And you know what I mean? I don't know if I can blame him. I'm a vindictive person, so I might do the same shit, to be honest. If someone fucks you over or you feel they fuck you over, you get the opportunity to do them up the same way, fuck it. Shout out to Lindsay Smith. I think she a catfish, but the default picture look cool, I think. Yeah, man, I'm about to get off this live stream. Enjoy the rest of my night. Got the hats coming soon. Make sure you guys follow Boxingego. I don't know about the Charlo chair situation. I just heard people got hit. I don't know. Or initially I heard it was Hurd's team, but then I heard it was Lubin's team, so I don't really know the details. I wasn't there, so I don't really have nothing to say about that. Glad everybody's okay. Ego Army, Ego Mafia, the mob, money on top of boxing. Yeah, I seen Derrick James got hit in the head, took one for the team. That's fucked up. They hit a 70-year-old corner man. See, that's just classless. You don't have to do that because your fighter gets stretched or whatever. New media. I'm out of here. You guys have a good night. Anybody seen the new Blade Runner? I seen it, and it's like long. It's a long movie, like 2 hours and 40 minutes. Anybody seen it? The Blade Runner with Ryan Gosling? Nobody seen it? Alright, y'all. I'm out. Peace out. Let's get some last minute likes. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the website, boxingego.com. You dig.